Oh my god, what's up fellow lords of gaming, and welcome back to the channel. So we're gonna jump back into this spicy ass update that they just dropped on us, all in one sneak peek for the update for January for Marvel Future Fight, and it is an absolute banger. So let's take a look at what we got here. So we basically see a number of new character introductions into the game, and that spells greatness already to me. Rachel is the only character currently still in the game right now, sitting at tier 2. She's a Phoenix Force wielder, so that's really cool to see her there. Then we get Havoc basically as well, brother to Cyclops. Rachel is pretty much like pseudo daughter, well, she's the daughter of Jean and Cyclops. And then we get the brother to Cyclops inside of here. Next to him we get Hope Summers, who's like the pseudo daughter of Cyclops, like, even though she's almost like the daughter of Cable, depending on how you viewed Cable's run where he was protecting her. And then next to her we get Exodus, which we already knew was coming from the who's that Pokemon kind of freaking display that they did for the announcement for the live stream this Friday. Now outside of that, I think we thought that Exodus was probably going to be the tier 4 until this person showed up. Yeah, so when I was first watching the trailer, I'll be honest with you, I didn't pay attention to the red hair and stuff like that, and I just saw the black costume and I thought immediately Celine. I was like, okay, we know who this is, right? And then I had to watch the trailer again and I was like, oh, wait a minute, that's not Celine. I've been excited for just Celine to come to the game. No. Now I've got even more reason to be excited, and hopefully they do this justice. No. We get the Goblin Queen, Madeline Pryor, joining the game. Now, if you don't know who Madeline Pryor is, oh baby. So Madeline Pryor is actually the mother of Cable, and she's the first wife of Cyclops and a clone of Jean Grey. So why is that important? I basically, in my mind, there's no way that I could surmise that we're going to get Madeline Pryor introduced to this game, and that this is not going to come with some type of epic quest tied to this character being introduced. There's just absolutely no way for you to make me believe that we get a character who should be at the very minimum somewhat on par with Jean, and she doesn't become the tier 4, the epic quest type character, especially with this many new characters in the game. I feel like Exodus is probably going to be packaged with he's going to probably be packaged with Madeline Pryor inside of the epic quest, and Madeline Pryor will essentially be the way we had Jean is inside there. So like if we go over here and we take a look at the epic quests in the game, like if we were to go and look at any single one of the epic quests, like we'll go to the Rise of X-Men for instance, and you can see like at the end right here you basically collect some characters. So here Jean was the top level character once you got all of the other X-Men characters beneath that, right? It was sort of the same thing with like let's take a look at where's the one that I wanted that didn't really have anybody in it, or didn't give me the people who wanted to. So then we had the Praetorian inside here, you had Beta Ray Bill that was dropped inside here, and you had Nova Richard Rider. This is why I'm believing for the life of me that with the 4 characters that they have, there's just no way that these characters don't come ascribed with, you know, something inside this package. And I feel like Madeline Pryor is going to sit up here at the top, and she'll be introduced as a character here, hopefully a native tier 3 character, the same way that we have with like Sentry for instance. That's the hope, right? It's like the same way Dark Reigns played out. We get like Molecule Man and Sentry sitting inside here. He's the native tier 3, and he's the tier 3 that you get as well. And then you had like Moonstone. So you can see how all of these characters could sort of fit with inside of Epic Quest, especially that they're all newly introduced into the game. Havoc and all these characters can basically be here, put inside here. Now, the really cool thing about this too that I don't want to like lose sight of is that with this 5 characters basically getting an update, and of those 5 characters, 4 of them are new, all with the exception of Rachel Summers. And here goes a really cool thing that I'm excited about. If you're a Cyclops fan, then you have every reason to be pretty excited. And I do mean that, every reason to be pretty excited that maybe finally this dude will be good and we'll see a T4 Cyclops in a mid-month. Why do I say that? Is because out of all of these characters, 5 characters that they're introducing, 4 of them have direct connection to Cyclops. Direct connection. The Goblin Queen herself, like I said, she's the wife of Cyclops. Like, that's it. She's the mother of Cable. So you basically get this character basically jumping in right off the page and being able to come in and say, like, here you go. It's something for Cyclops there. Then you get Hope, and Cyclops is not technically her father, but technically you get this inside there where Hope is basically like, she's his like pseudo daughter essentially in a different timeline and stuff like that. Havoc being Cyclops's brother, and then Rachel being his actual daughter with Jean Grey. So there's just a lot packed inside there, like for Cyclops to potentially get a tier 4. If they don't do it, I feel like it's a disconnect essentially inside there. Now the question is, how long can you keep Madeline Pryor at tier 3 with an Epic Quest update, or do they just go all the way all out and give Madeline Pryor the T4 inside of the game and just say, hey, we're just going to release a native character on par with Jean Grey, and you just have to build it up through this epic quest that we're going to give that's going to take you time to basically build out. That'd be the best thing overall, in my opinion, is like where we're at in the game with T4s being so laden in here right now that we just have so many across the board. It would be probably the biggest hit of life injection for the game to make the epic quest something that's enduring, something that's not going to be completable within the next 3 weeks because you've got a wallet to pay, but make it something that's going to be like 1-2 months in terms of like, you really got to go at this in like the next month and a half, 2 months in order to get this tier 4 native tier 4 Madeline Pryor type character who's going to be on par when you finally get her to be able to battle Jean Grey inside PvE and PvP, and then give us the mid-month and give us Cyclops. I really did think that when they showed Exodus and Who's That Pokemon kind of like disguise for the live stream, that he was going to end up probably being the potential tier 3 or whatever that was going to come to the game. But with Madeline showing up, all bets are off. All bets are off on that one. So we don't get a whole lot about to give us some type of insight on the channels, because essentially the only thing that you basically can tell from this is that they call out the Goblin Queen. So like Exodus isn't the primary for this, right? And that she's called out specifically on the forums. My belief is, like I said, that she's probably going to be the titular character for this update, and that she's probably going to receive the epic quest level treatment inside here. Powerful new mutants and new heroes have gathered to fight the queen who can alter reality. Really fucking cool character overall. And even over on Twitter, there wasn't very much there either. Unfortunately, like not a whole lot. Probably, to be honest with you, even less over on Twitter, because it's just the powerful mutants and new heroes have gathered to fight against the cloned queen. So not a whole lot there for you to talk about either. But I think this is really exciting. Like really exciting for what it could mean. Really exciting for what the life injection that I believe that will bring to the game, specifically with these characters. Hope Summers, not necessarily the most powerful character in the Marvel universe. Having ties to Cable, having ties to Scott Summers, who is her like grandfather and stuff like that or whatever. Madeline Pryor is like her also grandmother. So, and then like it's the relationships here with the time skipping, and the clones and stuff like that of the mutant makes Hope Summers like a really, really difficult character to talk about, because like tying her to whomever she's supposed to be just becomes like weird, right? Just absolutely weird. But Then you have her basically being tied to Rachel Summers, who's like the aunt. So we basically have a Summers family update, right? I mean, the only person that's standing outside of this is basically Exodus. Like, he's just, and I'm confused as well with Exodus, right? The reason why I say I'm confused with Exodus is because he's typically a villain. Like, he belongs to the Brotherhood of the Mutants. So trying to figure out why he's standing alongside by those characters, I mean, it's Madeline Pryor, so you can understand why, but having him stand alongside those characters in there, I'm hoping that they don't introduce him as a hero, even though, like, right now with the way Fall of X is and the Krakoa is, he could be potentially seen as a hero inside there. None of the mutants quite feel like villains while they're on Krakoa Island, although they are. So I'm excited to see what they're going to do with him, whether he's a villain or whether he's a hero. I do feel like he's going to be packaged with inside that Epic Quest. I 100% believe we're going to Epic Quest at this point. So he's the only one, but the rest of this is a Summers family update. This should be really good for us. Hopefully they do the right thing by Scott, give him his tier 4, give Madeline Pryor her tier 4, and give Rachel her tier 3, and then give Havoc and Havoc and Hope Transcendence, which would allow you then to pick up another character inside the mutant family that basically can tie into Transcendence. Now, the only thing there for Transcendence type characters basically going back that I would really hope is that you then tie in more of the Phoenix Force, and we end up seeing my boy Omega, Kid Omega, basically get his Transcendence as well, so that way we can at some point revisit him. Here he is over here, have him revisit it as well to basically get in his tier 4 or something like that in the future. I think we're ways off from him, but this is a really banger of a freaking update that we're about to get. Hopefully they don't do this wrong. I pray to God, Marvel Future Fight, please do not get this wrong. All you need to do is make these characters feel powerful, make them feel friendly to play, and you will hit this out the park and people will spend money. I'm praying to God they don't screw this up. Let me know in the comment section, are you excited about this? And in a year where we're most likely only going to get one Marvel movie, and it's a mutant movie with the introduction of mutants to the MCU, is this not exciting to basically have the mutants bring in the new year? Let me know in the comment section. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Until next time, peace.